Hi, Jen Gilchrist here. I am happy to be doing a pick a card reading for twin flame soulmate relationships. And so this is timeless. Anytime you see this is perfect. For those of you that are new to me, thank you so much for joining me. You can find more details in the description below. Sometimes I will, as the readings go along, I might have a free gift or a meditation or something to support you. So you can always look in the details for further ways to connect on social media, as well as any of the free gifts that I might have that would support you based on what comes up in the reading. So let's go ahead and dive in. We have 3 piles today. The first one is amethyst. The second one is pink kunzite. And the third one is citrine. And they don't really have any meaning. I haven't looked at the piles, is what I should say. I've already shuffled just because I think it saves some time. These are going to be kind of quickies. I didn't do a lot of cards. I think there's 4 or 5 cards or so in each. But again, amethyst is pile 1, so just tune into your intuition. Pile 1. Pink kunzite, pile 2. And citrine is pile 3. So we'll go ahead and just dive in. First cards, let's pull these out. I'll tell you what we have and then we'll look at them collectively. So I kind of pulled some, what is going on? What is your angel's advice for you, your spiritual advice for you? And as well as I did pull a crystal card for connecting with crystal and energy that could be supportive for the connection. So the one card that we got is the star card. We got trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith and trust. Ace of Ariel, which is like Ace of Pentacles. It says it's your lucky day, new resources of time, money, and support, a change in job or promotion. Smoky Quartz, which is clearing negativity from within or around you. And lean on God and the angels for support. So now let me just kind of tune into this for a second here. Right off the bat, a couple of things that's coming into me right now is that this is wish fulfillment, right? So it feels like a couple of things. This feels very divinely guided. I'm feeling like with the stars, it's like there's lots of spiritual support team with this card as well. Lean on your spiritual support team and God. Part of this is telling me to let go of the worries. I think you've been manifesting this. Like this is something that you have been working on energetically. It's building momentum. It is... feels like you've met the person for sure. You could be in connection with them already. It doesn't really give me a strong either way. I feel like some of you are probably in communication, some of you may not be, but this is a wish fulfillment. You've been doing your part in creating a balance. You're doing a good job of balance. There is the aspect of you could be worrying to a degree. So part of it is like releasing your worries and realizing that as things come up, as things get triggered, or as, if there is a separation, sometimes it can create those abandonment or fear or concern, even if they're just kind of pulling away a bit, if the communication is not super clear, or if there's no communication, that triggers our own insecurities in our past. And so part of this is about you just recognizing that as a gift. As painful as it kind of can seem, but just seeing that as an opportunity to clear yourself of your past, any past hurts that you may have had. I also feel like part of it is clearing yourself of past relationships. The Smoking Quartz card says clearing negativity from within and around you, and part of that could be your worry, but it could also be, other people. Perhaps it feels like for some of you, it could be an ex-relationship that could be kind of trying to pop in and out or isn't fully healed within you. If there is some negativity or drama that went on with you guys, it could be part of your own healing that's coming up that's triggering your mind and your worry with this new connection. Or from a previous time that you guys were together. There's many scenarios. This is what I find so interesting. I don't always do a lot of readings on YouTube. I'm starting to do more, so like and subscribe if this resonates for you or if I resonate with you. But it's interesting when you start doing these pick-up cards because there's so many possible scenarios. But mostly what I'm seeing here is this feels like a good thing, right? There's an Ace of Pentacles, which means like there's going to be an offer, a grounded new offer. If you've gotten an offer recently, then it is good. It's good. Some of you may also be called more into your purpose work. So this is like if you're in a position where you're starting something new for more of a career change, then that could be it for some of you. But for most of you, I feel like this is actually a new beginning with your person, either just came in or is coming. And it's just about continuing to have that trust and that faith, continuing to lean into the worry, noticing your own patterns, noticing that things that are coming up, really trust that you are divinely guided and supported. Hand over the worry to your spiritual support team. Do the energy work you need to. Smoky quartz also being in nature, grounding and releasing. You feel like you're highly sensitive, empathic. Most people that are drawn to me are highly sensitive and empathic, and it just feels like you're picking up a lot from maybe ex-relationships who aren't ready to let go, things that have happened in the past that you're being called to heal through and let go of, as well as just regular fears that could be coming up, because this journey can sometimes be hard, right, when it's not quite fully into fruition. But it does feel like a more solid new beginning is here for you, and it's just requiring you to trust and to let the manifestation that you've been working on, trust that your wish fulfillment is here and it's coming for you. So that is the first message. Let me know how that resonates below. I'm going to think on this one, and you can check the description below if you haven't already. To follow me either on Facebook. I do weekly readings. I work with spiritual heart-centered entrepreneurs to really get clear on their message, cultivate their gifts, do energy clearings on their fears. And lately it's been more guided towards the twin flame journey and high-level soulmate journey, that often people, light workers who feel this sense of calling and purpose are being called to connect with their divine counterpart. And so that's where these readings are stemming from. This is mostly love reading today, but not always. Sometimes I do purpose work and other things as well. So you can check the description, and thank you so much for joining me, and I will look forward to talking with you again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, pink kunzite, pile number 2. Let's see what's going on. I kind of share the cards that I have. I'll just kind of walk through the cards. What I did is I did pull one tarot card, just kind of seeing what's going on. We've got a few angel messages from the romance angels, as well as just your spiritual support team. An action card, like what you can do, as well as a crystal card for helping the energy, for healing energy that could support you in the connection. So the first card is the Magician. So I love this. And then I'm going to go through and talk about each card and like how they work together. So Magician. Romance angels, you deserve love. Knight of Ariel, which is like Knight of Pentacles. It says there's so much to accomplish, make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. This is also be, we'll read into the energy, but could be like the Knight of Pentacles. Tanzanite, ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love and go forward fearlessly. So this feels a little bit more forward, like further along, a little bit further along the path. The last one was positive, is starting, but it's kind of more new, like a little bit newer beginning. So it's still kind of working through some of the worry or what have you. Like it was felt newer in terms of the solidness of the path. This one feels like this is good. This feels pretty solid. It's showing me that the Magician energy is here. So you have really everything that it takes. You've really manifested this. You've really manifested your abilities. Like you're really sovereign within yourself. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, a lot of healing work. You've also been doing a lot of manifestation work, and you've been very clear about, visualizing, what it is you actually want, like continuing to clarify this. And this feels twin flame. It doesn't have to be, of course, there's a lot of people watching these readings, but this definitely feels like I'm seeing, I just feel like for somebody like raising his hand and seeing the symbol of the infinity, yes, like twin flame energy is definitely likely in this reading. And this is just reminding you, the angels are just saying you deserve love. And I'm also seeing her really, really focused. You see how she's just got her focus intentions. This is telling you, keep your focused intention. I think you already have been doing that with this Magician card. But of course, sometimes from day to day, the energies can waver a bit. And so this is just telling you, stay the course, keep your eye on the prize, keep your focus there. Don't let things sway you, and keep there. And also, it just feels like you've been doing a good job with that. But the Knight of Pentacles this kind of goes both ways. I think mostly this actually feels like they're coming in, either they're here already in your relationship with a more solid, stable offer. You know, they're still the Knight of Pentacles, so sometimes they're a little bit slower moving, but it just feels like they've raised out of that page energy, out of the, you know, into more solid ability to really move forward. Some of you, you already are in contact with them a lot, I feel like. And for some of you, it feels like it's coming back into union soon, but for most of you, it feels like actually you are in communication, and it's telling you that you can go forward fearlessly. So if you aren't and they're coming in soon, then just know that it feels like that things have been created more of a balance. There's been much more of a balance happening for you guys, and that this is going to be a more solid step forward or step up in the connection. And the angels are saying, move forward fearlessly. Now, for some of you, this could also be in your purpose work. I feel like this could be a dual card. Many of the people that I attract and work with I help people really align with their unique purpose work and get their message and their gifts out in the world and make a viable business. And so often that is about career change for people, or that you have been, that it's important for you to continue making like you've already kind of got your purpose. I feel like this group, if this is for you, then either you're already pretty clear on what your purpose work is as a light worker, and you're already you're very clear on that, right? There might still be some clarity to be had. Of course, there always is, and it's always evolving. But this feels like it's time to just continue moving forward, take grounded action, make a detailed plan to keep going forward fearlessly. You're on the right track. So for some of you, it could be a double meaning or either or. If you're not back into communication with your person yet, keep going, because that's actually drawing the solid foundation in. As you grow and heal and find that balance and purpose for yourself, your person is mirroring and matching and coming in as well. Because it definitely feels like majority is twin flame in this pile. And Tanzanite says, ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. And I love that I didn't pick these together, but pink kunzite is a very high vibrational heart activation stone. In fact, I have a Love and Money, Amplify Love and Money course, which is all about healing the masculine and feminine, healing from our parental programming, past relationships, fears around love and money, all that. And this pink kunzite is very, very powerful for healing. And it's also about opening your high heart, because we have been definitely awakening to more levels of our chakra system and higher out-of-body chakra systems and information. And we have our heart, and we also have a high heart activation. And this really assisted me. And what I did in that program was really work with this energy to open that high heart even further. But this is mostly also just telling you that Tanzanite's another energy. This is kunzite, pink kunzite. This is a different stone. That Tanzanite would be good for you, but also just letting you know that you've done the work, like you've really done the work. And so congratulations on really digging in and doing the deeper work. There's always can be more to be had, but this is just reminding you, yes, you deserve to be loved. You've done the work. Keep moving forward, keep going. You're in the magician energy. It looks really, really good. So congratulations, an awesome job. Maybe I'll put that link in there below in case you're curious about that program. It's pretty inexpensive digital course, but a lot of value. It's like a $500 value, and I think I have it, I want to say $97, but it might be $197. I think it's $97. I'll put the link below. If anything, I'll put that special offer for you guys there. All right. Maybe I'll put that for everyone, because that's a good one. Okay. Now we're moving on to pile number 3. Citrine. Do one clarify. So I pulled just a few cards, looking kind of what the situation is, some angel guidance for you from the romance angels and your archangels, as well as kind of what action you can take, and a crystal and energy that can help support you in healing for you and the connection. So the first cards I got was Seven of Swords was the first card that came up. So I wanted to clarify, because I'm looking at all the cards here, and I just want to make sure I had a clear picture. You also got the Lovers and the Death card as the clarifiers. Passion card, allow your heart to sing with joy. Angel therapy. and Four of Wands, Four of Gabriel. Okay. So there's definitely couple different scenarios going on for people, or just like could be the same scenario, but where people are at or on different tracks. So I'm going to just kind of try to explain a couple of the ways, and you'll know what resonates for you the most. Feels like this does feel more twin flame. Could be karmic for some of you, but I feel like mostly this is twin flame. The first pile was could have been high levels like soulmate or twin flame, and the middle one felt mostly twin flame. But this is, could be a little bit of sneaky behavior, right? It feels like that there's been some whoever you're dealing with, or whoever this reading that you're looking into for in terms of your love life, feels like there was a past with some sneaky behavior. It could also be that you're still healing from your past, and that's creating some fear. Likely that's the case anyways, because we're always kind of creating this whole journey is about healing ourselves and healing our past and opening ourselves up to love. And so there does feel, though, like with this person, there was maybe some in and out, a little bit of shadiness or sneaky behavior or cheating, or, just kind of like not totally committal. And that could have made you feel insecure or a little bit uncertain or a little bit like untrustworthy. And it feels like for good reason, like you're feeling that feeling of uncertainty and unsettledness. And I'm speaking from the past right now for everybody. And then there's two tracks for what this could be out in current energy. But it's like, that makes sense, right? So it's like about trusting your intuition. So part of that experience of what you're feeling, where you may have felt a little unsettled or a little crazy or a little bit like, what's the heck going on? It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of shisty behavior, cheating for some of you. At the very least, just not good communication, kind of maybe, just being a little bit more casual. He could have been kind of a player, that kind of energy. But then you also have, when I clarified, the Lovers and the Death. So this divine masculine, and again, if you're divine masculine watching, you just got to resonate with how this resonates. I'm going to read it as if I'm reading, because most of my people are women, but you guys can, switch this around, and sometimes the woman is in the divine masculine energy. But it feels like in this case, the divine masculine is going through a rebirth. Right? He's really wanting to let go of his kind of player ways, his shystiness, or feels very badly perhaps if he had hurt you. He's aware that he's hurt you, and he really is going through a transformation. Now, for some of you, he's already gone through it, and he may be coming back around or is back around, and yet you're feeling a little bit uncertain because of perhaps his breaking trust in the past. And I think it's important to keep your boundaries and trust your intuition and all those things. But he is wanting to come into this lover's energy. So there is a transformation of him going through rebirth. Now, for many of you also, it feels like you could be in separation still, and he's still kind of going through this process, right? But his higher self is guiding him through this process of a death and a rebirth of the old, so that this new lover's energy can come in for the two of you. Because we also have the Four of Wands, right? The Four of Wands is all about time for celebration. It's, it's definitely a celebration. It reminds me a lot of just the twin flames being together. In this particular card, there's like a castle on the hills. They're totally in love. It looks like they're getting married, but there's definitely solid commitment. The angels are like, yes, we've been guiding this, and it's just divinely supported. And there's like this, the whole thing. There's definitely a lot of passion between you guys. So for whatever reason, like he may not have understood what this journey was like. This definitely feels mostly twin flame-ish as well. Probably all are twin flame. I tend to call them the twin flames, but I like to include the high level soulmate, because I know that some people, I'm reading for a lot of people. So you got to make that discernment on your own. But it's kind of that patterning of like, he didn't understand, like he's so magnetically drawn to you, and you him, I'm sure, as well. And so there's an intensity to the connection. And he may not have understood that, and he probably could have treated you like every other girl, or kind of just like maybe even was trying to suppress it because that amount of passion and chemistry actually scared him. And so he was pushing it down and pushing it away, and he just kind of was almost going into his old ways of being as a form of protection and protecting his heart and having to like not be emotionally connected with you. But he's in this rebirth. The angels are totally all over this with him and helping him. And so the angels are also saying, give your cares and worries away. Like this is about you continuing to trust yourself. And part of this, I feel like, not only with this relationship, but with other relationships, it feels like you're really working on being able to trust yourself. It could be that in the past you've had other unhealthy relationships. Chances are there was some turmoil in this one as well. But if not, past relationships that maybe people were deceptive or saying, oh, you're the crazy one. And you're like, wait a second, you know, what's going on? Maybe like kind of a narcissistic type of relationship, could even be abusive relationship, but at very least wasn't respectful or was lying, right? And where you didn't trust your intuition, where you were feeling one way, but then they weren't admitting it. And so it was creating this confusion. And so this is telling you that you can trust yourself, you can trust your intuition, you should continue to check in and trust that. And it's about continuing to heal the past and realizing that you've actually come a long ways. Like I feel like you already have done a lot of this work and you're aware of it. But sometimes those insecurities and those feelings can still surface. And so just keep continuing to connect with your angels, keep continuing to trusting and leaning into what you're feeling and really looking at his actions more than his words. Feels like it's going to give you a stronger place and really continuing to assert your values, right? Not by having to be a total bitch, but by asserting yourself with your values might be necessary. But then I think also for some of you, it's about doing that inner work and just like asserting your standards, keeping your standards there, so you're not compromising yourself, just so that you feel aligned in integrity with your own self-love. And then he's coming in and transforming into a man that can actually match that with you, even though maybe that wasn't the history and probably is not what you've experienced a lot of in your life. Maybe there's been a lot of deception in previous relationships as well. And so congratulations, it does. I can tell you've done a lot of work, but it's like continuing to lean into that. And just diamond energy is you are God's precious gem. And so this is really knowing your self-worth. And I'm feeling the energy of connecting with the Christ consciousness, that gold ray of Christ consciousness. And it does feel like Jesus, you know, in a non-religious way, Christ is guiding you in this connection as well. You might have an affinity of Jesus. You also might have some triggers around religion. This isn't about religion, but it just feels like, yeah, I feel like that Christ energy coming through as a healing as well. And really helping you heal your self-worth. I'm also seeing, you know, doing some energy work would be good, or energy work on yourself with the angels, with your own, if you've done Reiki or anything like that, but also perhaps continuing to do some energetic work with a practitioner could be helpful as well. But it does look like at the end of the day, there's time to celebrate. Like you're on track for this. It may not be fully into fruition yet, but just keep doing the work to deepen the trust with yourself and with everything, and keeping your standards and values and integrity high, and knowing that you are divinely guided and protected. He's actually being divinely guided as well, even if he hasn't quite showing up fully in that way yet. It's just leaning into opening that trust. So I hope this is supportive for you. I'd love to hear in the comments below how these resonated. Check the comments below as well for ways to connect with me and specials that I might have to support you. I have lots of freebies often. You can find me on social media. I'm active on Facebook. I have a Facebook group as well. So I look forward to connecting with you again. Hit subscribe and like and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, bye-bye.